Hello, my lovely educators and homeschool families. If you're new here, I'm Johi, a certified New York State teacher turned homeschool mom who spent 12 years in the classroom and 3 years as an instructional coach. Sit with me as I preview and prep Lesson 1 of All About Math Level 3. As I've mentioned in other videos, All About Learning lessons are meant to be only 20 minutes long. So I like previewing and preparing materials ahead of the lesson to maximize my instruction time. Let's dive in. I always start by reviewing the lesson overview. This is where you're going to find the lesson objective, what you'll need for the lesson, and if you're not a teacher by trade, it'll give you some rationale as to why the lesson is structured the way it is and some tips and terms to use throughout the lesson. I'll continue previewing the lesson. As I come across instructions for materials, I'll begin gathering and prepping my materials, which you'll see throughout the video. I prepare and organize the materials and then clip them right into my teacher's manual, so they're ready to go when I reach that section. As I continue previewing, you'll see I'm highlighting in 2 different colors. I highlight instructions for the teacher in blue and the script or things I should be telling my student in yellow. This makes it super easy for me to know what to do next and what to say to my child throughout the lesson. The first time I opened an All About Me learning lesson without previewing and preparing, I spent most of my time trying to figure out what to do and say. This was not ideal, since you're supposed to sit for only 20 minutes at a time. My kids got distracted and I got super frustrated. That being said, definitely take the time to preview and prepare. There were some sections here that mentioned the use of manipulatives. I obviously can't stick the base 10 blocks in my teacher manual, but I'll make a note to have my manipulatives cubby handy for this lesson. Here I came across the instruction to prepare the place value discs. So I'll separate them and store them in a small Ziploc bag and clip them into my teacher's manual. I'll continue highlighting teacher instructions in blue and scripts in yellow. Now I'm being instructed to cut out the activity from the student activity book. I'll go ahead and cut these cards out and paper clip them to the teacher's manual. At this point, you're probably thinking, sheesh, this is a long lesson. 2 caveats here. 1, this is the first lesson, so there are a ton of review on all the major foundational concepts your child learned in the previous level, if you did use the All About Math Level 2. If you're coming from a different curriculum like I am, these are all the foundational concepts your child will need to be successful in this curriculum on this level. The second caveat, remember that you don't need to complete this entire lesson in one sitting. Set your timer for 20 minutes. It may take you a few days to get through this first lesson, especially if your child's had a long break in between levels or you're new to the curriculum. Future lessons are much shorter, I promise. Okay, I've finished cutting and organizing the last of the materials. I'll highlight the rest of the teacher instructions and scripts, and we'll be ready for our first math lesson. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.